हेलो गाइस, माई सेल्फ स्पर्श अरोड़ा। वेलकम बैक टू दिस वीडियो। आज की वीडियो बहुत ज़्यादा स्पेशल तो नहीं है, बट आज की वीडियो में हम बनारस से लखनऊ जा रहे हैं। जी हाँ, सही सुना आपने, हम जा रहे हैं लखनऊ, नवाबों के शहर बनारस से। मेरी पुरानी कई सारी वीडियो में आपने देखा ही होगा कि एक्चुअल में मैं बनारस का रहने वाला हूँ और बनारस घूमते हुए कई सारी चीज़ों के बारे में बात करते हैं। जैसे कि अपने हमारी पुरानी वीडियो देखी ही होगी जिसमें हमने मोदी की गारंटी का जो मैनिफेस्टो आया था बीजेपी के द्वारा, उस पर बातचीत की थी। आज की वीडियो में हम जा रहे हैं लखनऊ और हम बात करेंगे बनारस के बारे में और लखनऊ के बारे में। बनारस में क्या क्या है और लखनऊ में कहाँ कहाँ तक हम लोग गए। तो आज का ये सफ़र तय कर रहे हैं हम 4 लोग, मैं, गौरव भैया, मेरी दादी और मेरा भाई मेरे बाबा के साथ में। अब हम लोग घर से तो निकल गए दोस्तों। जैसा आपने देखा ही है कि हमारी पुरानी वीडियोस में हम बनारस घूमते हुए बात करते हैं, तो आखिर में बनारस है कहाँ, मतलब क्या है बनारस। अगर हम किसी पढ़ी हुई बात पे बात करें तो इट्स लाइक वाराणसी इज़ अ सिटी इन द नॉर्दर्न इंडियन स्टेट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश, dating to the 11th century BC, regarded as the spiritual capital of India. The city draws Hindu pilgrims who bathe in the Ganges river's sacred waters and perform funeral rites. Along the city, winding streets are some 2000 temples, including Kashi Vishwanath, the Golden Temple, dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. ये हुई कुछ किताबी बातें। और अगर हम हिंदी में भी चाहें तो जैसे कि कुछ हमारे व्यूवर्स हैं उनको हिंदी में ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है, तो उनके लिए वाराणसी, जिसे काशी और बनारस भी कहा जाता है, भारत के उत्तर प्रदेश राज्य में गंगा नदी के तट पर स्थित एक प्राचीन नगर है। हिंदू धर्म में यह एक अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण तीर्थ स्थल है और बौद्ध व जैन धर्मों का भी एक तीर्थ है। हिंदू मान्यता में इसे अविमुक्त क्षेत्र कहा जाता है। वाराणसी संसार के प्राचीन बसे शहरों में से एक है। काशी नरेश वाराणसी शहर के मुख्य सांस्कृतिक संरक्षक एवं सभी धार्मिक क्रियाकलापों के अभिन्न अंग हैं। वाराणसी की संस्कृति का गंगा नदी एवं इसके धार्मिक महत्व से अटूट रिश्ता है। यह शहर सहस्त्र वर्षों से भारत का, विशेषकर उत्तर भारत का सांस्कृतिक एवं धार्मिक केंद्र रहा है। हिंदुस्तानी शास्त्रीय संगीत का बनारस घराना वाराणसी में ही जन्मा एवं विकसित हुआ है। भारत में कई दार्शनिक, कवि, लेखक, संगीतज्ञ वाराणसी में रहे हैं, जिसमें कबीर, वल्लभाचार्य, रविदास, स्वामी रामानंद, शैलेंग स्वामी, शिवनंद गोस्वामी, मुंशी प्रेमचंद, जयशंकर प्रसाद, आचार्य रामचंद्र शुक्ल, पंडित रविशंकर, गिरिजा देवी, पंडित हरि प्रसाद चौरसिया एवं उस्ताद बिस्मिल्लाह खां आदि कुछ हैं। गोस्वामी तुलसीदास ने हिंदू धर्म का परम पूज्य ग्रंथ रामचरितमानस यहीं लिखा था और गौतम बुद्ध ने अपना प्रथम प्रवचन यहीं निकट ही सारनाथ में दिया था। तो ये था दोस्तों हमारी बनारस भाषा में हिंदी अनुवाद। तो वाराणसी ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज बनारस और काशी, कई सारे नाम हैं वाराणसी के। ये एक सिटी है इंडियन स्टेट, मतलब उत्तर प्रदेश में। हमारे इंडिया में उत्तर प्रदेश में एक सिटी है वाराणसी सिटी, जो कि गंगा रिवर के तट पर है। इट हैज़ अ सेंट्रल प्लेस इन द ट्रेडिशंस ऑफ पिलग्रिमेज, डेथ एंड मॉर्निंग इन द हिंदू वर्ल्ड. The city has a syncretic tradition of Islamic artisanship and underpins its religious tourism. Located in the middle Ganges Valley, In the southern eastern part of the state of Uttar Pradesh, Varanasi lies on the left bank of the river. It is 692 kilometers, 430 miles to the southeast of India's capital New Delhi, and 320 kilometers, or we can say 200 miles, to the southeast of the state capital Lucknow. It lies 121 kilometers, 75 miles downstream of Prayagraj, where the confluence with the Yamuna river is another major Hindu pilgrimage site. Left to right, top to bottom, Manikarnika Ghat, the holy cremation ground to the Ganges river front. Shehnai, Maestro, Ustad Bismillah Khan, Faculty of Arts, Banaras Hindu University, Goswami Tulsidas, composer of the Ramcharitmanas, Waving Silk, Brocade, Banaras Sanskrit College, India's oldest Sanskrit college, founded in 1791, and Munshi Ghat. तो फ्रेंड्स, जैसा भी मैंने आपको बताया, वाराणसी हमारे इंडियन कल्चर के अंदर एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण स्थान है। ये इंडिया के अंदर उत्तर प्रदेश स्टेट में डिवीज़न और डिस्ट्रिक्ट दोनों इसका वाराणसी ही है। जैसा कि हमारी गवर्नमेंट टाइप है वो है म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन, और यहाँ की बॉडी पड़ेगी वाराणसी म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन। यहाँ के जो मेयर हैं वो अशोक तिवारी जी हैं बीजेपी से, और यहाँ के जो म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर हैं वो प्रणय सिंह जी हैं IAS। इसका जो एरिया है वो मेट्रोपोलिस 82 किलोमीटर स्क्वायर और 32 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर माइल्स, मेट्रो 163.8 किलोमीटर स्क्वायर, और माइल्स में बात करें तो 63.2 स्क्वायर माइल्स, एलिवेशन 80.71 मीटर्स, 264.80 फीट। यहाँ की जो पॉपुलेशन है वो 2011 के हिसाब से अगर देखा जाए तो मेट्रोपोलिस के हिसाब से कुछ 12,12,610 का स्क्वायर आएगा। ये रैंक करता है 30th नंबर पे, और मेट्रो के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो 14,32,280 32nd। लैंग्वेजेस देखी जाएँ तो इसकी ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज हिंदी है, और एडिशनल ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस में यहाँ पे उर्दू बोली जाती है, और रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस में अगर हम बात करें तो भोजपुरी यहाँ पे काफ़ी प्रचलन में है। यहाँ का टाइम जोन UTC + 5:30 IST है। पिन की अगर बात करें तो 221001 स्टार से आएगा। वो स्टार एक एरिया कोड रहता है, जिस तरह का एरिया उसी तरीके का कोड। और अगर टेलीफोन कोड की बात करें तो 0542 लगा करके टेलीफोन पे, और व्हीकल रजिस्ट्रेशन होती है UP 65 से। वाराणसी की जो GDP है वो 3.8 बिलियन है। जी हाँ, आपने सही सुना, 3.8 बिलियन डॉलर्स 2019 और 2020 के हिसाब से अगर हम बात करें तो। यहाँ की पर कैपिटा इनकम जो है वो INR में अगर हम बात करें तो 1,93,616 के हिसाब से। इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट जो है यहाँ पर वो लाल बहादुर शास्त्री इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट आता है। अगर रैपिड ट्रांसिट की बात करें तो वाराणसी मेट्रो, इसका सेक्स रेशियो 0.926 था 2011 में। इसकी लिटरेसी रेट जो थी वो 80.31 2011 के हिसाब से। HBI में बात करें तो 0.812। अब हम आगे बढ़ ही रहे हैं तो वाराणसी इज़ वन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स ओल्डेस्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअली इनहैबिटेड सिटीज़। काशी, its ancient name, was associated with a kingdom of the same name of 2,500 years ago. The lion capital of Ashoka at nearby Sarnath has been interpreted to be a commemoration of the Buddha's first sermon there in the 5th century BCE. In the 8th century, Adi Shankara established the worship of Shiva as an official sector of Varanasi. Tulsidas wrote his Awadhi language epic, the Ramcharitmanas, a bhakti movement reworking of the Sanskrit Ramayana in Varanasi. Several other major figures of the bhakti movement were born in Varanasi, including Kabir and Ravidas. In the 16th century, Rajput nobles in the service of the courts and armies of the Mughal Emperor Akbar sponsored the building or further enhancement of the major Shiva temple in the city. They also built other temples, all displaying an empire-wide agricultural style. Under the Treaty of Faizabad, the Banaras kingdom became a subordinate under the East India Company in 1775. The city later successively becoming a part of the Banaras division in the ceded and conquered provinces in 1805, the northwestern provinces in 1836, and the United Provinces 1902. The Uttar Pradesh in 1950, silk weaving carpets, crafts, and tourism employ a significant number of the local population, as do the Banaras Locomotive Works and Bharat Heavy Electricals. The city is known worldwide for its many ghats, steps leading down the steep river bank to the water, where pilgrims perform rituals of particular note are the Dashashwamedha Ghat, the Panchganga Ghat, the Manikanika Ghat, and the Harish Chandra Ghat. The last two being where Hindus cremate their dead. The Hindu genealogy registers at Varanasi are kept here. Among the notable temples in Varanasi are the Kashi Vishwanath Temple of Shiva, the Sankat Mochan Hanuman Temple, and the Durga Temple. The city has long been an educational and musical center. Many prominent Indian philosophers, poets, writers, and musicians live or have lived in the city, and it was the place where the Banaras Gharana from of Hindustani classical music was developed. In the 20th century, the Hindu Urdu writer Prem Chand and the Shehnai player Bismillah Khan were associated with the city. India's oldest Sanskrit college, the Banaras Sanskrit College, was founded during East India Company rule in 1791. Later, education in Banaras was greatly influenced by the rise of Indian nationalism in the late 19th century. Anni Besant founded the Central Hindu College in 1898. In 1916, she and Madan Mohan Malviya founded the Banaras Hindu University, India's first modern residential university. Kashi Vidyapeeth was established in 1921, a response to Mahatma Gandhi's non-cooperation movement. Traditional etymology links Varanasi to the names of two Ganges tributaries forming the city's borders, Varuna still flowing in northern Varanasi and Assi, today a small stream in the southern part of the city. Near Assi Ghat, the old city is located on the north shores of the Ganges, bounded by Varuna and Assi. In the Mahabharata and in ancient India, the city is referred to as Kashi, from the Sanskrit verbal root kas to shine, making Varanasi known as City of Light, the luminous city, as an eminent seat of learning. The name was also used by pilgrims dating from Buddha's days. Kashi is still widely popular. Hindu religious texts use many epithets in Sanskrit to refer to Varanasi, such as Kasika, translation the shining one, Avimukta, translation never forsaken by Shiva, Anand Kanana, translation the forest of bliss, Rudravasa, translation the place where Rudra resides, and Mashmashana, translation the great क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड। अगर हम हिस्ट्री की बात करें दोस्तों, तो मिथोलॉजी के हिसाब से हिंदू मिथोलॉजी वाज वाराणसी फाउंडेड बाय शिवा, वन ऑफ 3 principal deities along with Brahma and Vishnu. During a conflict between Brahma and Shiva, one of Brahma's 5 heads was torn off by Shiva. As was the custom, the victor carried the slain adversary's head in his hand and let it hang down from his hand as an act of ignominy and a sign of his own bravery. A bridle was also put into the mouth. Shiva thus dishonored Brahma's head and kept it with him at all times. When he came to the city of Varanasi in this state, the hanging head of Brahma dropped from Shiva's hand and disappeared in the ground. Varanasi is therefore considered an extremely holy site. The Pandavas, the protagonists of the Hindu epic Mahabharata, are said to have visited in the city search of Shiva to atone for their sins of fratricide and Brahmhatya that they have committed during the Kurukshetra war. It is regarded as one of 7 holy cities, Saptapuri, which can provide moksha. Ayodhya, Mathura, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti and Dwarka are the 7 cities known as the givers of liberation. The Princess Ambika and Ambalika of Kashi were wed to the Hastinapur ruler Vichitra Virya, and they later gave birth to Pandu and Dhritarashtra. Bhima, a son of Pandu, married a Kashi princess, Valandhara, and their union resulted in the birth of Sarvaga, who later ruled Kashi. Dhritarashtra's eldest son, Duryodhana, also married a Kashi princess, Bhanumati, who later bore him a son, Lakshmana, Kumara, and a daughter, Lakshmana. The Kakvati Sihanda Sutta text of Buddhism puts forth an idea stating that Varanasi will one day become the fabled kingdom of Ketumati in the time of Maitreya. Excavations in 2014 led to the discovery of artifacts dating back to 800 BCE. Further excavations at Aktha and Ramnagar, 2 sites in the vicinity of the city, unearthed artifacts dating back to 1800 BCE, supporting the view that the area was inhabited by this time. During the time of Gautam Buddha, Varanasi was part of the kingdom of Kashi. The celebrated Chinese traveler Xuanzang, also known as Huan Zhixiang, who visited the city around 635 CE, attested that the city was a center of religious and artistic activities and that it extended for about 5 kilometers, 3.1 miles. along the western bank of the Ganges. When Xuanzang visited Varanasi in the 7th century, he named it Polonaise and wrote that the city had some 30 temples with about 30 monks. The city's religious importance continued to grow in the 8th century when Adi Shankara established the worship of Shiva as an official sect of वाराणसी। वाराणसी के बारे में ये हुई कुछ बातें। अब इसके आगे हम बात करेंगे मेडिवल पीरियड के बारे में कि मेडिवल पीरियड कैसा था वाराणसी का। चंद्रदेवा, फाउंडर ऑफ द गहदवला डायनेस्टी, made Banaras a second capital in 1090. In 1194 century, the Ghurid conqueror Muizuddin Muhammad Ghuri defeated the forces of Jayachandra in a battle near Jamuna and afterwards ravaged the city of Varanasi, in the course of which many temples were destroyed. Varanasi remained a center of activity for intellectuals and theologians during the Middle Ages, which further contributed to the reputation as a cultural center of religion and education. Several major figures of the Bhakti movement were born in Varanasi, including Kabir, who was born here in 1389, and Ravidas, a 15th century socio-religious reformer, mystic poet, traveler, and spiritual figure who was born and lived in the city and employed in the tannery industry. Early modern to modern periods 1500 to 1949. A lithograph by James Prinsep of a Brahmin placing a garland on the holiest location in the city, which was the Ghat of Varanasi. In the Ghats, where temples are showing in the pictures, monuments are there in the painting. So numerous eminent scholars and preachers visited the city from across India and South Asia. Guru Nanak visited Varanasi for Mahashivratri in 1507, Kashi, Varanasi, that played a large role in the founding of Sikhism. In 1567 or thereabouts, the Mughal Emperor Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar sacked the city of Varanasi on his march from Allahabad, modern known as Prayagraj. However, later the Kachwaha Rajput rulers of Amber Mughal vassals themselves, most notably under Raja Man Singh, rebuilt various temples and ghats in the city. The Raja of Jaipur established the Annapurna Mandir, and the 200-meter (660 feet) Akbari Bridge was also completed during this period. The earliest tourists began arriving in the city during the 16th century. In 1665, the French traveler Jean-Baptiste described the architectural beauty of the Vindu Madhava temple on the side of the Ganges. The road infrastructure was also improved during this period. It was extended from Calcutta to Peshawar by Emperor Sher Shah Suri. Later, during the British Raj, it came to be known as the famous Grand Trunk Road. In 1656, Emperor Aurangzeb ordered the destruction of many temples and the building of mosques, जिसे हम हिंदी में मस्जिद भी कहते हैं. causing the city to experience a temporary setback. However, after Aurangzeb's death, most of India was ruled by a confederacy of pro Hindu kings. Much of modern Varanasi was built during this time, especially during the 18th century by the Maratha and Bhumihar Brahman rulers. The kings governing Varanasi continued to wield power and importance through much of the British Raj period, including the Maharaja of Benares, or simply called by the people of Banaras as Kashi Naresh. The kingdom of Benares was given official status by the Mughals in 1737, and the kingdom started in his way and continued as a dynasty governed area until Indian independence in 1947. Vibhuti Narayan Singh in the 18th century, Muhammad Shah ordered the construction of an observatory of the Ganges attached to Man Mandir Ghat, designed to discover imperfections in the calendar in order to revise existing astronomical tables. Tourism in the city began to flourish in the 18th century. As the Mughal suzerainty weakened, the Benares Zamindar estate became Banaras state. Thus, Balwant Singh of the Narayan dynasty regained control of the territories and declared himself Maharaja of Benares in 1740. A strong clan organization on which they rested brought success to the lesser known Hindu princess. There were as many as 100,000 men backing the power of Benares Rajas in what later became the districts of Benares, Gorakhpur and Azamgarh. This proved a decisive advantage when the dynasty faced a rival and the nominal suzerain, the Nawab of Oudh, in the 1750s and the 1760s. An exhausting guerrilla war waged by the Benares ruler against the Oudh camp using his troops forced the Nawab to withdraw his main force. The region eventually ceded by the Nawab of Oudh to the Benares state, a subordinate of the East India Company in 1775, who organized Benares as a family dominion. In 1791, under the rule of the British resident Jonathan Duncan, founded a Sanskrit college in Varanasi. In 1867, the establishment of the Varanasi Municipal Board led to significant improvements in the city's infrastructure and basic amenities of health services, drinking water supply, and sanitation. M.A. Sharing, in his book The Sacred City of Hindus, an account of Benares in ancient and modern times, published in 1868, refers to a census conducted by James Prinsep and put the total number of temples in the city to be around 1000 during 1830s. He writes, "The history of a country is sometimes epitomized in the history of one of its principal cities. The city of Benares represents India religiously and intellectually, just as Paris represents the political sentiments of France. There are few cities in the world of greater antiquity, and none that have so uninterruptedly maintained their ancient celebrity and distinction." Author Mark Twain wrote in 1897 of Varanasi, "Benares is older than history, older than tradition, older even than legend, and looks twice as old as all of them put together. Benares became a princely state in 1911 with Ramnagar as its capital, but with no jurisdiction over the city proper. The religious head Kashi Naresh has had his headquarters at the Ramnagar fort since the 18th century. Also, a repository of the history of the kings of Varanasi, which is situated to the east of Varanasi across the Ganges. The Kashi Naresh is deeply revered by the local people and the chief cultural patron. Some devout inhabitants consider him to be the incarnation of Shiva. Annie Besant founded the Central Hindu College, which later became a foundation for the creation of Banaras Hindu University in 1916. Besant founded the college because she wanted to bring men of all religions together under the ideal of brotherhood in order to promote Indian culture, values, and to remove ill will among different sections of the Indian population. Varanasi was ceded to the Union of India in 1947, becoming part of Uttar Pradesh after Indian independence. Vibhuti Narayan Singh incorporated his territories into the United Provinces in 1949. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India since 2014, has represented Varanasi in the Parliament of India since 2014. Modi inaugurated the Sri Kashi Vishwanath Corridor project, which aimed to enhance the city's spiritual vibrancy by connecting many ghats to the temple of Kashi Vishwanath in December 2021. So, friends, when we talk about geography, Varanasi is located at an elevation of 80.71 meters, which we can say 264.8 feet, in the center of the Ganges Valley of North India. In the eastern part of the state of Uttar Pradesh, along the left crescent-shaped bank of the Ganges, averaging between 15 meters or 50 feet and 21 meters, around 70 feet above the river. The city is the headquarters of Varanasi district. By road, Varanasi is located 797 kilometers or 495 miles southeast of New Delhi, 320 kilometers or we can say 200 miles southeast of Lucknow, 121 kilometers 75 miles east of Prayagraj, and 63 kilometers or 39 miles south of Jaunpur. The Varanasi urban agglomeration, an agglomeration of 7 urban subunits, covers an area of 112 km square, 43 square miles. Neighborhoods of the city include Adampura, Anandbagh, Bachhaon, Bengali Tola, Bhelupura, Bulanala, Chetganj, Chowka Ghat, Chowk, Dhoop Chandi, Dumrao, Gandhinagar, Gautam Nagar, Giri Nagar, Gopal Vihar, Guru Nanak Nagar, Jaitpura, Kailgarh, Khanna, Kotwali, Lanka, Madwadi, Laksa, Maheshpur, Mahmurganj, Maulvi Bagh, Nagwar, Nebkhari, Shivala, Sidgiri Bagh and Sigra. Located in the Indo-Gangetic plains of North India, the land is very fertile because low-level floods in the Ganges continually replenish the soil. Varanasi is situated between the Ganges confluences with 2 rivers, the Varuna and the Assi stream. The distance between the 2 confluences is around 2 miles, 4 kilometers, and serves as a sacred journeying route for Hindus, which culminates with a visit to a Sakshi Vinayak temple. And if we talk about the climate, Varanasi experiences a humid subtropical climate with large variations between summer and winter temperatures. The dry summer starts in April and lasts until June, followed by the monsoon season from July to October. The temperature ranges between 22 and 46 degrees Celsius, 72 and 150 in the summers. Winter in Varanasi see very large diurnal variations with warm days and downright cold nights. Cold waves from the Himalayan region cause temperatures to dip across the city in the winter from December to February, and temperatures below 5 degrees Celsius to 41 degrees are not uncommon. The average annual rainfall is 1110 millimeters 44 in. Fog is common in the winters, while hot dry winds called Lu blow in the summers. In recent years, the water level of Gangas has decreased significantly. Upstream dams, unregulated water extraction, and dwindling glacial sources due to global warming may be to blame. So friends, when we talk about demographics, according to provisional data from the 2011 census, the Varanasi urban agglomeration had a population of 1,435,113, 14,35,113 with 761,060, 7,61,060 men, and 674,053, 6,74,053 women. The Varanasi Municipal Corporation and CB had a combined population of 121,610, 12,12,610, of which 6,42,882 were males and 5,69,728 in 2011. The population in the age group of 0 to 6 years was 1,37,111. The population of the Varanasi urban agglomeration in 2001 was 13,71,749 with a ratio of 879 females every 1,000 males. However, the area under Varanasi Nagar Nigam has a population of 1,748 with the ratio of 883 females for every 1,000 males. The literacy rate in the urban agglomeration is 77%, while that in the municipal corporation area is 78%. Approximately 1,38,000 people in the municipal area live in slums. And when we talk about religion, Hinduism is predominantly followed in Varanasi, with Islam being the largest minority. Nearly 70% of the population follows Hinduism. The city also agglomerates different religions such as Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, and Buddhism. The city is also a center for Buddhist pilgrimage at Sarnath. Buddha gave his first teaching after attaining enlightenment. Hence, agglomerating Buddhist population in the region. In the sacred geography of India, Varanasi is known as the microcosm of India. In addition to its 3,300 Hindu religious places, Varanasi has 12 churches, 3 Jain mandirs, 9 Buddhist shrines, 3 gurudwaras, and 1,388 Muslim holy places. And when we talk about the languages, at the time of 2011 census of India, 83.87% of the population of Varanasi Municipal Corporation and Cantonment Board spoke Hindi, 9.03% Urdu, 4.81% Bhojpuri, and 0.92% Bengali as their first language. And when we talk about the economy of Varanasi, according to the 2006 City Development Plan for Varanasi, approximately 29% of Varanasi's population is employed, approximately 40% of the employed in manufacturing, 26% work in trade and commerce, 19% work in other services, 8% work in transport and communication, 4% work in agriculture, 2% work in construction, and 2% marginal workers working for less than half of the year. Among manufacturing workers, 51% work in spinning and weaving, 15% work in metal, 6% work in printing and publishing, 5% work in electrical machinery, and the rest work in a wide variety of industry sectors. Varanasi's manufacturing industry is not well developed and is dominated by small scale industries and household production. Silk weaving is the dominant industry in Varanasi. Muslims are the influential community in this industry, with nearly 500,000 of them working as weavers, dyers, sari finishers, and salespersons. Weaving is typically done within the household, and most weavers are Momen Ansari Muslims. Varanasi is known throughout India for its production of very fine silk and Banarsi saris, brocades with gold and silver thread work, which are often used for weddings and special occasions. The production of silk often uses bonded child labor, though perhaps not at a higher rate than elsewhere in India. The silk weaving industry has recently been threatened by the rise of power looms and computer generated designs and by competition from Chinese silk imports. Trade Facilitation Center is a modern and integrated facility to support the handloom and handicraft sector in Varanasi, providing trade enhancement and facilitation to both domestic and international buyers, hence carrying forward the rich traditions of handlooms and handicrafts. In the metal manufacturing sector, Banaras Locomotive Works is a major employer. Bharat Heavy Electricals, a large power equipment manufacturer, also operates a heavy equipment maintenance plant. Other major commodities manufactured and traded in Varanasi include hand-knotted Mirzapur carpets, rugs, dhuris, brassware, copperware, wooden and clay toys, handicrafts, gold jewelry, and musical instruments. Important agricultural products include betel leaves for pan, langara, mangoes, and khoa. Tourism is Varanasi's second most important industry. Domestic tourists most commonly visit for religious purposes, while foreign tourists visit for ghats along river Gangas and Sarnath. Most domestic tourists are from Bihar, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh and other parts of Uttar Pradesh, while the majority of foreign tourists are from Sri Lanka and Japan. The peak tourist season falls between October and March. In total, there are around 12,000 beds available in the city, of which about one half are in expensive budget hotels and one third in dharamshalas. Overall, Varanasi tourist infrastructure is not well developed. In 2017, Intercontinental Hotels Group made an agreement with the JHV Group to set up Holiday Inn and Crown Plaza hotel chains in Varanasi. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. मिलते हैं किसी और वीडियो में.